choked on her wine. That's where it begins, mid-breath, mid-lie, mid-smile. The table went quiet, the kind of quiet that feels like glass settling after it shatters. My aunt dabbed her mouth, confused by the reaction she'd caused. I didn't look at anyone. I just watched the condensation crawl down my water glass and felt the plan click into place. Christmas lights flickered like a faulty alibi. I hadn't known about the penthouse. That part was real. The rest, my calm, was not a surprise. I'd rehearsed this moment without knowing its exact lines. The betrayal had taught me how. We used to be close, my stepsister Mara and I. Close the way people are when they share a house but not blood, secrets but not loyalty. She arrived when I was 16, dragging a suitcase and a grin that never reached her eyes. I gave her my spare room, I gave her my notes, I gave her my trust. She gave me applause when it benefited her and silence when it didn't. My aunt Elise was the opposite, precise, surgical with affection. She believed in assets the way some people believe in prayer. Never gift something that can't defend itself, she used to say. I didn't understand it then. I do now. The hurt came dressed as kindness. Mara offered to help manage my finances after my divorce. I was raw, paper thin. I let her sit beside me at the kitchen table while I signed documents I barely read, my name looping like a plea. She listened, she took notes, she smiled. Then the pattern started. Small withdrawals, a credit alert that vanished after she fixed it, emails rerouted, my phone buzzing with silence where receipts should have been. I noticed, but I didn't accuse. Accusing people give time to run. The proof arrived in a reflection, literally. I caught my own face in the darkened screen of her phone as she texted someone named E. The message was a photo of a deed, my deed, captioned, "We're almost there, Christmas." I swallowed the shock like a pill, dry, necessary. I didn't confront her, I planned. I asked questions that sounded like apologies. I played smaller than I am. I let her believe the lie she'd already written, that I was careless, grateful, easy to manage. Meanwhile, I documented everything, time-stamped, backed up. I met with a lawyer who listened more than he spoke. I opened accounts she didn't know existed. I transferred what was left of my dignity into leverage. Elise helped without knowing she was helping. She asked about my future. I told her I wanted something stable, something that couldn't be moved by anyone but me. She nodded once. That was the end of the conversation, the beginning of the trap. The penthouse was purchased through a trust, my trust, ironclad, unforgeable. The keychain was silver and plain, engraved with a date that meant nothing to anyone but me, the day I stopped bleeding. Back at the table, Mara laughed too loudly, reaching for her napkin. "Aunt Elise, you must be joking," she said. Her eyes flicked to me, measuring, calculating damage. "I don't joke about real estate," Elise replied. I lifted my gaze then, met Mara's eyes, held them. I saw the exact moment she understood, the way her pupils shrank, the way her hand trembled. She knew the accounts, she knew the transfers, she knew what the trust meant. "You told me you bought it," she whispered. Not to Elise, to me. I smiled, soft, surgical. "You told me you were helping." The lawyer arrived on cue, like a carol sung in the wrong key. He handed Mara an envelope. She didn't open it. She didn't have to. Her name was printed on the outside. Black ink. Final. Charges. Civil and criminal. Fraud. Breach. The works. Every move she'd made had been logged, mirrored, and returned with interest. She stood abruptly, chair scraping. No one stopped her. Power leaves a room quietly when it's done. Later, alone, I turned the key in the penthouse door. The lock was solid. The silence inside was earned. I set the keychain on the counter and let it rest. Objects remember. So do people. I thought about forgiveness. It's overrated. Justice is cleaner. Christmas ended without carols, without hugs, without her. and for the first time in years, I slept without listening for footsteps behind my thoughts.